This desolate plateau is the last stronghold for the griffon vulture in the Balkans. Numbers have dropped, and in the hope that the population will recover, the birds are now fed on a regular basis. This is Skardarsko Jezero, or Skadar Lake. With its 50 islands, Skadar Lake between Montenegro and Albania actually looks more like a vast river system. But it's the largest lake in the Balkans, almost 50 kilometers long and up to 15 wide. Depending on the season, water levels can fluctuate by up to 5 meters. In ancient Greece, there was a saying, Panta Rei. Everything changes. Nothing stands still. Only change is constant. Ruins of monasteries and fortresses stand on many of the islands, a reminder of the lake's strategic importance during the conflict with the Ottoman Empire. Some of the islands are actually just hills, but only connected to the mainland during a very dry summer. In the lake's northwest, on one of these hills, stands the fortified monastery of Kom, built in the 15th century. A monk of the Orthodox Church lives here alone, giving up his days to his faith and his belief in a better world through prayer. His day is structured around an ancient ritual. The liturgies of the hours, 8 of them every day. He believes that the ceaseless prayers join together to become a force for good, to help create a better world. In early summer, the sound of prayer is broken by the calls of thousands of birds. Skadar Lake is one of the most important resting and breeding grounds for migratory birds in Europe. The part of the lake belonging to Montenegro has been a national park since 1983, and the Albanian part was declared a park in 2005. At this time of the year, water plants are spreading out their leaves, and dense reed beds are growing around the shores. The floating carpet of water lilies makes this a safe breeding ground for terns. Huge colonies build their nests, always to a cacophony of ceaseless screaming. Frogs are breeding too, and they join in the chorus. These floating islands are a sanctuary against predators, but it can be confusing. Not every tern finds its way back to its own nest straight away. Larger waterfowl prefer to build their nests in the reed beds that fringe the lake, while thousands of cormorants use dead trees for their nests. Watching young cormorants feed is a salutary lesson. The youngsters poke their heads far into their parents' gullet in their haste to get their regurgitated fish. It's a miracle that they don't puncture their parents' throats. Other species breed in mixed colonies, like the elegant little egret and the spoonbill. Beneath them, a black-crowned night heron stalks amidst the reeds, while a squacco heron settles down to brood. Collective breeding is a strategy which gives a greater degree of security for all, as there are many vigilant eyes on the lookout for nest robbers, and the chicks are well hidden between the reeds. Skadar Lake at the west of the Balkans is a paradise for birds, even if there are no elves. On the eastern borders there is a vastly different land, one with a mosaic of colourful fields, some planted, some not. This region is called Dobruja, with its steppe grasslands in the northeastern tip of the Balkan Peninsula, between the Danube and the Black Sea. Only a few subsistence farmers live here. Fertile fields and fallow ground lie side by side, making the country resemble a quilt. Fertility and barrenness alongside each other. In May, the wild poppies and cornflowers sprinkle the cornfields with vivid colors. They thrive because here the farmers use little fertilizer and never spray their fields with pesticides. The plow is still horse-drawn, as it has been for centuries. In Dobruja, many ethnic people, Bulgarians, Romanians, Russians, Tatars, and Armenians live side by side. The grasses have been grazed down by sheep, making this an ideal habitat for specialized steppe dwellers, like European ground.